Fulanis and the Hausa is that Fulani, they have their own tribe. They have their own language.
Yes.
The way they speak is different from Hausa.
Yes.
If you listen to a Fulani man speaking,
Yes.
with the way Hausa man will speak,
Yes.
they are quite different.
Yes.
But what makes them to become one is that religion. They came with that religion and they said to them they are one. But yes, it's good that religion make you one. But at the same time, if you people say I want, then why, because of the religion, you later become emir in their states. You now, a state that is supposed to be ruled, governed by a Hausa man. When you go to Kano, when you go to Kasina, they even extended into Sokoto. You even go to Kaduna, you will see it's a Fulani man. It's a place that is supposed to be dominated, is supposed to be ruled by the people of that state. By the people of that state, but you will see a Fulani man become. So Fulani man, they are play. For me, it's like they betray them. For me, that's for me. For me, it's like they come with a deception. They come and they deceive you people. They give you the religion and they take over the resources of you people. People, the thing that you're supposed to be ruling, something that you're supposed to become dominant for it, they are the one who are dominating it. You can see that. You can see that Hausa man has never become a president in this country. Why? Because Fulani man, they have been deceiving the Hausa people. We are one because of religion, but they never become president. And Fulani, let me tell you, Fulani are not beggars, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes, let me just say the truth. Why is it that Fulani people are not beggars? It's because they are the one who have been hijacking the trade. land to themselves. They are the one who have been accumulating the treasure of this country for themselves. So there are children who are staying in the villages with their cows. They don't beg and they don't marry. They don't marry a lot of women. You never see a Fulani man marrying, having many children like that. But I don't know why they came and they allow the Hausa plan. They allow the Hausas to marry to get more people, to get more population. You know, for me, they want the Hausa people to get more children, more population, so that in times of politics, you know, they talk of democracy is a game of numbers. So they need that numbers, and the Hausa people are the one producing those children. And you can see the people that they are using to go and to do this killing. Majority are the Hausas, but the one who you will discover leading is a Fulani man. And the leader, the gang role leader, is a Fulani man, while the majority that will follow behind are the Hausas. So they are using the Hausas to achieve their aim, to achieve their goal. Okay. But now I'm glad.
Yahaya Bello's case. He was given a grand welcome. There's a video and pictures of the current governor of Kogi State, Usman Ododo's parents, going to visit him and tell him that the current corruption trials he's experiencing are just, you know, tribulations that every great leader has to go through. How do we juxtapose the kind of triumphant entry he was given when he returned to Okene, you know, vis-a-vis the provision of the Constitution that says that people are innocent until proven guilty? So some would argue that he's been given a triumphant entry. Others will say Section 36, subsection 5 of the Constitution says he's innocent until proven guilty. So how do you think that this should have been handled?
Thank you very much. If I will start this way, I think it's a grand norm now for Nigeria that we celebrate the guilty. I can give you a retinue of high-profile people that had infractions, though not been proven by courts of law, but they are being celebrated. Let me start with Ibori. Ibori was accused or was alleged to have embezzled some funds. And here in Nigeria, the Minister of Justice went to court and said he has no case to answer. And he traveled to the UK and was jailed in the UK for fraud. And when he returned, he was given a heroic welcome. So it's not new. Yahaya Bello's case is not new. We had a CJN that first in the history of this country, I think about 14 judges of the Supreme Court wrote a petition against him of how high-handed he was and how funds were used not in the right way. I'm trying to choose my words. Yep. You know. So at the end of the day, the man was celebrated. He was asked to resign, or retire rather. He was asked to retire, and he was given a whooping sum of 2.something billion as retirement benefits. He was given the second highest honor in the land. That is the bane of Nigerian society. That is why we are going nowhere in this country. You know, people commit fraud and you celebrate them. Now, Yahaya Bello, let us even trace the trajectory of how he got there in the first instance. Election was held, and the governor was about winning that election, and he passed on. Yep. And instead of the deputy being reloaded to take over, he was brought from somewhere, and he took over the place. Now, you did say that we have one justice for the rich and another for the poor. Growing up, what we heard was that the court is the last hope of the common man. Today, I can succinctly tell you that the court is alleged to be the worst nightmare of the common man. A young man in Oshu just stole fowl, and he was given life in prison. And in fact, he was given I think it was not even life imprisonment. He was given a death sentence. That is Nigeria for you. That is the Nigeria we have today. So, as I was saying before, you know, you had that case in Kogi, where instead of the deputy continuing the race, where they had almost won that election, in fact, they were coasting home and dry with the results so far declared. But somehow, somewhere, some powerful people in Aso Rock now brought Yahaya Bello, and they took over that and completed the race. We had a similar incident in Bayelsa. The governor was removed and the deputy was removed at the same time. But no, the deputy had an issue. It was not the governor that had an issue, but the governor was removed. What does that tell you? That they are running on a joint ticket.
Yep.
If you can remove the governor because the deputy had infraction, why will you not allow the deputy to continue when the governor died? No, that is Nigeria for you. And that's why we're heading nowhere. Okay.
Yeah, but there's two different things. I mean,
They're not two different things.
No, let me help you understand. The celebration of Yahaya Bello, you know, back in Kogi State, is done by, of course, you know, his fan base that he has in Kogi State, which, of course, he does have. The current governor of Kogi State, Governor Ododo, you know, and every other person around him, you know, they had a small crowd celebrate him. That's a moral issue. That's a value system issue. That is, you know, and we pointed this out yesterday, that you have a crowd coming out to celebrate someone who's been charged with money laundering and mismanagement of, you know, state funds. That's a value system issue. But has the court itself gotten any of these cases wrong? And from the way that the courts have handled the Yahaya Bello case, you know, with what he has been charged with, can you say that there's an obvious flaw in our justice system, comparing it with the Dele Farotimi case, for example, any other case that you can point out?
There are justice flaws, not just in this particular incident. Well, this one you cannot categorically say, because the court has not come out to give a verdict, so to say, so to speak. But let us look at some cases. In 2019? Elections were held in Imo State. INEC pronounced somebody a winner of that election. And before you could say Jack Robinson, few months down the line, the Supreme Court came up with not the second, not the third, but the fourth person in that election as the winner of that election. Where does that happen? It can only happen in Nigeria and no other country of the world. Now, even if you look, I'm not a lawyer, but I have sanctified common sense. Now, if you look at it from all angles, even when the second person that was that the Supreme Court now said won that election, maybe we would have said, maybe there are things they know we don't know. But the second person was not mentioned, the third person was not mentioned. It was the fourth person that was mentioned. Look at the Farotimi case you just mentioned. The guy wrote a book, and his book, he mentioned that certain things are happening in this country, and he mentioned some people. Well, he has said himself, one of his last this thing is that he is ready to fight. We know that might could be right in this country. This country is running like the animal farm, where all animals are equal and some are more equal than the others. However, the likes of Farotimi will drag this thing to a level that people will now begin to appreciate that we have to say things the way they are. Some of us miss Gani Farotimi, because if Gani Farotimi had been alive today, it would have been a different trajectory. I can tell you for free that some of these judges will run away. Yeah, it happened before in a particular case. I can tell you that was the case of the judges of the Supreme Court having 12 Mercedes-Benz cars. And they went to court. That publication was done by one of the papers, and they went to court. And they were saying that they have been malign, that whatever, just like we are having now. And unfortunately for them, Gani was the lawyer defending the publication, the organization that did that publication. So the first thing that Gani did was to go to the registration office and discover that those vehicles were bought the same day, registered the same day. So he said it's not possible that 12 judges of the Supreme Court will buy cars the same time, the same make, and register the same day. Now, you know what they did? They adjourned that case. And now they went back to the registration office and changed the registration numbers of those vehicles. So when they now asked Gani to provide evidence that those vehicles were registered at the same time, he went to the registration office and discovered that they have done a U-turn. They have now gone to register those vehicles and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's not these days that these things are electronic. So you know what Gani did? Gani started investigating the judges. You know what he discovered? That our CJN was not a lawyer. He came from the Alikale court, and he was reloaded to, that is Nigeria for you, my brother. That is Nigeria for you, my sister. So this country, I don't know where we're headed, honestly, because we need to change a whole lot of things. The person that made that pronouncement is now the Chief Justice of the Federation.